All right. So I was live earlier today for market open and lost. I think it was like just about 1800. But when I was getting ready to end stream last time, I was saying I was going to hop back on at 12:30, or if there's another good setup. And honestly, man, it like wasn't a revenge trade. I don't see us going much lower than here. I see us kind of ripping a little bit. So anyway, bought at 69.7, and we're up 500-600 bucks. I just wanted to log back on. It's probably not going to be a long stream because I might guarantee some profit here eventually, but I wanted to give this a little bit of time to run just to show that you really can make money on small moves. It's up 600 on basically a $200 move, like $200 from 69.7 to 69.9. So for everybody thinking that you need these big, massive home run hits, dude, you could hit 2 or 3 of these a day, walk out with 15, 1,800 bucks in a day. Log off, man. It's one of those, like, you're not going to make $50,000 on a trade your first time, or even if you're experienced, not regularly. So I'll probably maybe see right now we're the position where we're at least today. Oh my gosh, what am I thinking? Holy, what is happening? There must have been some news that came out or something. No, I don't see us. Actually, I'm not even going to say that. I hopefully see us ripping up to 71. At least 75, I think, would get us like to where we opened this morning. Let's see. Yep, there we go. Ripping. Let's go. I'm going to look on the interwebs and see if there was any news. That could be bigger than we think, or it could be a nothing burger. But ideally on this, ooh, sorry, had like a burp and a hiccup at the same time. On this trade, I'm gonna aim to make at least, hopefully, like 15, maybe 1,800 bucks, and then put a stop in one of those areas if it gets up there. Or I might just put a stop around like 1,200, give it some room to breathe if it gets up that high. But we need some just continued sustained pump here. Keep us going, make us feel good about it. Because that looked like a pretty mean reversion off of that bottom at 69.5. So anyway, I've got no problem with, I think my stop loss is at cutting it at negative. Like if I get stopped out, I'm losing 1,700, which in my opinion, pretty good risk reward. I don't have a take profit on there, but it's kind of because I'm watching it like a hawk. If I'm gonna casually trade and then scroll and all that, I'll put a stop in place or a take profit in place. But for right now, I think we're just gonna let this run, and then if it gets us into a good spot, we're going to raise that stop. But again, I want to hop out of honestly this little range right here. Once we get above this, I think that's 7,100. Things are going to start looking interesting, and hopefully we can get a pump up to 75. Not 75,000, but 70,500. Maybe more. So we'll see. I'll hop that back on the 1 minute. make it a little bit more interesting for everybody to watch. Obviously, the screen that doesn't move doesn't look that interesting. And again, for anybody discouraged into trading, man, just get a HiroTrader account. I'm pretty sure you can even do like a free trial run just to show yourself maybe that you can do it, or just play around, get better at it before you buy a plan there. I mean, you could buy, you know, the $200,000 account, which is the one that I always recommend. It's easier to make, you know, 1% on 200K is a lot better than 1% on 50K. So, but anyway, I would say check out HiroTrader. Obviously, visit the link in my channel bio. You can get a little discount there, which why wouldn't you? So, because for instance, like there are people like getting wiped out. Like I know a couple people, not a couple people, I've seen people that I don't really know on Twitter and all that, and it's like, yeah, dude, they're going back to work. They had trading when it was easy. Bitcoin ran up to 125. They made good cash. And yeah, market's been pretty humbling this year. So, but honestly, it's I think right now with AI, crypto, war, gold, like there's so many interesting narratives to kind of get involved in. So, and on HiroTrader you can trade gold. But like here, I'm just going to show you guys just some of the assets. Bitcoin, ETH, XRP, you can trade any crypto whatsoever. I know gold is in here somewhere. I'm not going to look for it specifically. But like, I mean, I'm not even, look at where I am on this list. It's, I mean, 10, 15%. So there's so many different things to trade. I couldn't recommend HiroTrader enough. I have used prop firms in the past. Not going to drop names or anything. No hating, but they weren't this. They weren't the experience that I wanted. And HiroTrader's been like I would say like the staple of what you would want in a prop firm. There's no real limitation to getting your payouts. Like if you get an account, pass the evaluation, and you start making money, man, you can request that payout 24/7. I say it all the time, but like other prop firms, you know, it's got to be on the work days, so Monday through Friday during market hours. And then even then, it's still going to take a couple days probably. It's not instant. I mean, HiroTrader takes a little bit, but it's like, I think I got my my last payout like 8 hours later. But it's like, yeah, dude, you go to sleep, you wake up with money. They don't mess around. They're genuine. So anyway, HiroTrader, use the code TonsTrades, get yourself a little discount and start making some money. So anybody out there that thinks working every single day is going to get you free, got some news for you. Think about it this way. Like, even if you're making an extra $500 a week, which is like, you'd have to be like not taking hardly any risk whatsoever, and probably not even trading most days. But you could easily, like, imagine how nice that would be to just be like, oh, I got an extra $500 this month. For some people, that's like half. I mean, no, it's not. For some people, that's like a third of their rent. But, dude, why not? It's better than sitting there when you're 40 or 50 and being like, man, I wish I tried that earlier. So, no regrets. Biggest gamble that I love ever is not blackjack or roulette. You got to bet on yourself. I don't know why I just turned into Tony Robbins, but anyway, back to the charts. That's a tight range, and I really hope we get a ripper here. But I have been seeing I've got a bunch of friends that are awesome on X. Shout out Kian, Rems, Jerry, all them dogs. They've been showing off, just kind of showing off the flow recently, and it was bearish at first, but it looks like people have been taking some big positions. Sorry. Just retweeted the funniest thing. So anyway, also follow me on X, guys. I am pretty funny and follow some great dudes. So interesting. Just got a weird email. Come on. Yeah. Robinhood's dropping like a social beta test. That's pretty cool. All right. Let's flip to the 5. See what it looks like. Man, that's such a tight range. Like comparatively, if I was to show like that, well, to be fair, that's insane open. Just crush, 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 crush. I think we can rip it up a little bit. I might close it at 7. I have no idea what I'm saying. Anyway. We like big Tuesdays here. Come on. All right, well, I am going to raise that stop a little bit because I'm not going to, lose money twice in the same day. But this is a fun way to just guarantee that you're going to make money. Always, I mean, hey, profits might not be as big, you might not have as much room to run, but you ain't losing. And if it gets closer to this before hitting it, I'm just going to close right here. Maybe 500. All right. 500 bucks. I might re-enter right there, honestly. Is it a mistake? Maybe, but it's gamble. Let's go right here, right below that last tick. We'll have that there. Might adjust that because that looks like it's gonna rip. Man. Okay, we're adjusting that right there. Hitting that up on the 1 minute. Short kind of room. Here we go. Come on. Let's hop us back in there. That's 500 at least in the bag. So did I just cuck myself out of that position? Embarrassing. And yeah, that stops kind of like at the intraday lows. And again, even if we get like, $100, $200 pump, like we're making good money. So seeing that many red candles just on daily when there's really no Serious and outreach. So I don't want to say it's negotiations, it's outreach between the United States and Tehran, but well, that looks bullish. So I hope that gets us back in here, and maybe we take a good hard rip into this in the 15-minute. Damn, yeah, I can see this going pretty high. If that's kind of, or true anyway. If that's real news, which I know has been like the most insane thing. How could it not be real? Let's go. Get us in, get us in, get us in. That's a tight range. It wants to break. Come on. No, that was not bone smashing for anybody wondering. No way. Oh. No, dog. Patience is a virtue, but man, I wish it treated my stop losses like this. Like it just hovers right over it. Come on. Get us in. This is absurd. What's my... It's at 882, and it just... 889. Come on. There we go. just straight line down. If we had a 1 minute candle that just went straight through my stop right here, I would I'd be off and I would see you guys tomorrow. That would be insane. But yes, we are chasing slightly in a more serious way. We're chasing slightly just kind of off of this news, and honestly kind of a little bit of an exaggerated drop in my opinion from this morning. Let's see. Yeah, if we could bang another $600-700, maybe $1,000 here, that'd be nice. It'd be 2 winning trades back to back. Didn't take, and it would take back our kind of loss from this morning, get us right back on track, and hopefully send us a lot higher. Man, this looks primed. Ooh, real ball knowers. Arkham just made a tweet saying that James Nguyen is back and he's shorting Bitcoin. That may be more bullish than Iran saying that there's a ceasefire or something like that, because for real ball knowers that know James Nguyen, he is like the Jim Cramer of crypto and gets liquidated all the time. Like he made like $500 million or something like that. Wasn't enough for him, and then lost it all. So yes, real ball knowers. If you want an inverse Kramer on crypto, I'd look at James Nguyen. And yeah, I'm gonna plug it again. For those who want real data like that, fun stuff, catch me on X, formerly Twitter. Woo. I'm 300 on that. That's such a tight range, man. That's crazy. Let's flip to the 5. Let's see what that looks like in comparison. Whoa, that looks crazy. Man. Dude, I really would not be surprised if we get 70,500, maybe 71 today, hopefully. I mean, if that James Nguyen thing is serious, That's a joke, honestly. I'm just messing. Anyone know a good job for someone who hates people? Crypto exchange customer support. That's funny. Iran has. Ooh. Oh. Yeah. All right, we'll flip back to the 1 minute. At least it can show us some more movement. But man, with a range like this, you gotta expect a breakout in one way or another. I mean, we either rip up or just continue this ride down. But I don't see us continuing this ride down. Hopefully. Tragic. My. Man, day's going by kind of slow. I could have sworn it was closer to noon or something. Okay. All right. This is such a tight range that we're moving at. It doesn't even feel real. We are going to take a look at the trad markets, traditional markets. I've been staring at this chart for too long without consulting the graphs. All right, come on. Let's bounce that up. Give me 70,200 at least. For anybody that does trade stocks, man, AMSC, American Superconductor, maybe one of the weirdest chip stocks I've ever seen. It'll go from like 20 to 40 in like a week, and then it'll drop down to like 35, range bound, back to 20 for like, I don't know. But we are going to check in on how IBIT is looking. Down 0.9%. Decent volume. It's got 24 million on the day with an average of 60, so I guess it's not really that bad. Oh, hey, what a ripper. Let's go. All right, we're up 1,000, and I'm just going to raise that stop to get us at, like, you know, we're going to make another 200. Give it some room, maybe. I don't want to have what happened last time. But this is just a simple scalp here. We're going to hope for range higher up into 70,200, maybe 70,300, honestly. Looks promising. Here we go. Russell made a recovery today. Russell 2000, that is. Man, yeah, just most of these trucks look just so funny. So range bound on tightness. Pause. Alright, so we're close. We're what? 2 minutes away from ending this 5-minute candle. Man, don't fade that down again. That would be tragic. We're going to stick this one out. Take us for a ripper. I'm going to give this a little bit more room. I mean, $200 gain is nothing, but $500 loss at the most. It seems silly, but man, you got to give these trades room to breathe, or else, like what just happened on that last trade, I mean, I could have still been in that original one that I bought down here, and I'd be up more. So give it a little bit of room to breathe, and then obviously if we get into like the $1,200–$1,300 range, I'll up that stop loss to make at least, you know, $700–800, which would be awesome. MicroStrategy's getting no volume today. How is Peloton up 7% on the day? All right. Wow, S&P's positive now. That's actually pretty insane because we were down like almost a full percent. It was down 0.8% on the day earlier. Pretty nice reversal, and we'll hope this carries more into the Bitcoin. Plus, man, I mean, you got to look at this. Everybody's talking about tokenization, tokenization, tokenization. It's like, man, I'm not going to force feed you every play, but buy Bitcoin. I don't think anybody's going to be able to really time the bottom. That's what I tell everybody. Unless you're like a trader or something like that, go for it. Like, you're obviously going to try anyway, but my passive advice is like, dude, if you got, you know, if you're in it for the long term, I would say, you know, buy $20 a day. It's what most people spend on food. You buy $20 a day of Bitcoin, even call it 10, $20 a day in Bitcoin, and you can set it up on, you know, your Robinhood or something like that, and just forget about it for a minute. Even if you are trading, just throw all your leftover cash or payouts, anything like that. Just toss a little bit into Bitcoin a day. I can promise you guys in the next decade, you would look back on that and be like, man, I wish I did that. Now I'm not sitting here being like, yeah, I own 50 Bitcoin or something. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying dollar cost average into this thing. We're down 50% off the highs. Everybody's talking about tokenization, tokenization, tokenization. So it's like something's gonna happen, and I want to be positioned for it. Obviously, do your own research, but Let's I don't think that we should fade that move. I think that might be a solid footing to stand on, I think. All right, all right. Man, I wish I could like play some music without getting like without getting sent to like the YouTube gulag or something like that, but you'll just have to deal with my talking and my computer noise. Or the faint noise of Bloomberg downstairs. Man, come on, break out of this range upward. And yes, I am superstitious because every time I say break out of this range, I get ripped. Let me adjust that camera. I didn't realize it was kind of covering the face there. Oh yeah, we need to raise that more. Sorry guys. Didn't realize how silly I looked. No way are we gonna fade this move, man. I don't believe it. Hate that. And if anybody's gonna make fun of me for fumbling that it was just 1,000 in the profit and now we're at 400. I said it earlier, I'm giving this trade room to run. I've got delusional confidence. Call it what you want. But no, I see us hopefully going higher. Give it more room to breathe? Sure. Man, what a fade on that. That's absurd. Ugh. Taking us to the wood shop. Jeez, any news come out? What in the world? Just absolutely slapped us down. Yeesh. Come on. Let's get a big reversal off that. That's insane. Wow. MicroStrategy just ate it. Ugh. And I'm about to get stopped out too. Or do I reset this to the lows? What's the difference in 900 bucks and 1300 bucks? Nothing. Wow. Man, that's staggering, actually. But yeah, MicroStrategy, after that pump, I think it was like at negative 0.7, and then it just dropped all the way down to 2.2 in the red. QQQ had a pretty big rejection right there too. SPY had a slight rejection off of positive 0.15 on the day. Dang, dude. Name of the game. If you want to call me a bad trader, you can, but I'm not sitting in an office. Been trading for like, geez, I guess since like 2017. Is that 9 years? Yeah. Trading for 9 years. Obviously struggled and learned a bunch of those like first, I would say honestly, the first like 5 years. Make money here and there, but again, that's where you get humbled again and again and again. So don't want to say I'm a know-it-all, but I do know what I'm doing in terms of my strategy. What would really be cool is if that last candle that brought us down to this 69,750 level, which what a convenient level. If that was hopefully just like a liquidation hunt before a big pump. If you don't think it happens, you've obviously not traded Bitcoin before. They love to manipulate shorts and longs, which is probably why we've been moving so sideways. Probably had a big bump up in leverage, but that's where you see all those tweets like, oh, 600 billion dollars in longs liquidated in the last hour or today. So yeah, if you think it doesn't happen, you clearly have not traded crypto long enough. So anyway, we're hoping that was a liquidation hunt, and we hopefully ripped to 70,500, 71. Fingers crossed. But on the chance that we do get stopped out here, I really will call it. I said last time I was going to hop on at 12:30, but just couldn't resist. But on the chance that we do get stopped out, I'll probably come back for the close. I do like trading the close. It's fun. Flip to that 5-minute chart. Look how stuck this thing is. Just. Yeah, looking at this 5-minute, I definitely should have taken profit on that last pump that we had, but is what it is. Flip back to that 1 minute. I know it's more interesting. Man, everything is just super kangaroo-y. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Dang. I have no idea what's happening with Coinbase. Why are they down 8.25% today? Holy. What have they done? That is shocking. What did Coinbase do? That's not like a nowhere drop. Like IBIT's down like 1%, MicroStrategy's down like 1.5. Like I mean, they're somewhat correlated, but usually Coinbase is a little bit more stable than MicroStrategy. Like it won't be as volatile, should I say? I don't know, man. Very interested to figure out what happened there. Is there just massive short interest? In my opinion, it'd be a silly time to do a massive short on such a valuable asset. All right. Ripping back. I think that might have been a liquidation hunt, hopefully, which means if that was, we should get a kind of solid flow up to 70,004, maybe. Hopefully break out of this small range. But yeah, if I was trying to like microtransaction trade kind of thing, I would have closed that 1,000 and then probably tried to short it, and I would have probably closed it out at like not nearly what it dropped to, and then hopefully went long again. So I mean, if you're trying to do like 15 trades a day, there's definitely ways it can benefit you, and if you don't think that there's an equal opportunity that you can lose all of those, silly. You have to think about it like roulette spins, kind of, in my opinion. Like, you see it go down, like, you see Bitcoin go down like 2 or 3 days in a row. And the brain, I think, kind of has the same psychology as, like, you see on a roulette table, like the track where they show you what's been spun already. And it'll be like, look, there's like 8 reds in a row. And you're thinking to yourself, no way there's another red. And then you bet, a bunch on black, red. And then you go, can't happen again. You bet on black again, red again. So never think that you can't lose. You can mitigate the losses, but no. Find your dreams. Mm-hmm. Wow, Microsoft is currently in the second worst drawdown since the Great Financial Crisis. Seems like a buy to me. Bernstein has said that Bitcoin has bottomed. Man, I really wish people would stop saying that. Bottom. And then it goes, makes a fool of everybody. Sheesh. Yep. No. Okay. Yeah, I know. Sounds good. Yeah, I know. Yep, yep. Maybe not. No. Okay. Cool. I will not be. All right. Bye. Alrighty. Come on. Give us some action. Man, this is moving super slow. That's still so shocking. Coinbase is down 8%. Yeesh. Alrighty. We need some sort of movement. Break out of this range a little bit to the upside. If it breaks through that 70,250, it looks like 70,300 range, and I think we're going up. And then targets might be toward maybe like 72, 73 by hopefully Thursday, Friday. Maybe higher. I mean, I have been here long enough to see Bitcoin up 8% on the day, and then the next day it starts off slow, and then it rips another 8%, and then everybody's like, oh, it's going to drop 10% day. So as violently as it went down, it can just as violently go back up. That's the same as, everything, especially with all this consolidation down here. Like, if you don't think people have been buying Bitcoin this whole time below 80, man, just trying to tell you. Alright, I think if we rip out of this range, we should be in great business. Hopefully we can make about 1,500, maybe 2 grand, depending on how the chart's looking. We'll evaluate that shortly. And then I am going to raise the stop just because, there are those 1 minute candles that go straight down. So just lower than that last low, and hopefully we get, this chart does look good. Low, high, catches a low, higher. I like it. I like where we're at. And for our traditional, or more traditional stock options kind of players, I did just throw out like a Lotto MicroStrategy 145 call, just because why not? It was almost $200 earlier today, and I got it for 100. And it is a Lotto call, so we'll see. I mean, hey, if it starts jumping up, we could be in great shape. make some money. But yes, just long story short, I guess I could say I'm pretty bullish, but it's not for no reason. All right, I'm gonna have to take a quick lap around the house because I have been sitting for far too long. So, everybody, watch my chart. Make sure I don't get stopped out. This is all actually in your guys' power. Alrighty. Holy. Jeesh. And I'm not having a good day. In the sense that I knew I should have probably closed both of those positions. Jeesh. The rule-breaking thing right here is, do we adjust our stop loss down again and just hope that this reverts? Or do we stay disciplined? That's the tough part. Because obviously I want to make it interesting for everybody. Get a viral clip of me ripping like, you know, $4,000 or $5,000 trade. That'd be dope, but a $4,000 or $5,000 loss would not be that Gucci. Might go just as viral though, because you sickos love watching people lose money. But here we go, sicko mode activated. Crazy price action. Alright, we're going to get a super zoom in here so you guys can either watch me get stopped out in super quality HD or we rip out of this. Man, it's this is again still very shocking. I did not expect this price action, obviously. I say it like I'm Socrates. There we go. Well, regardless of the day, man, I'm still very bullish. Especially like it feels like something's happening this week. I don't know how else to describe it. I'm not like vibe trading here. I don't know. Ugh. Oh, come on. Okay. Mm-hmm. Come on. I just want to break out of this range. Mm-hmm. 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 Man, disgusting, disgusting price action. Come on. Ay, ay, ay. Man, it's like they turned the afternoon switch on. All kind of volatility ran away. Dang, Circle is down 18% today. What is happening? Alrighty. Oh, I'm not even showing the most recent candle. Here we go. Oh, that's what every time I see one of these silly little 1 minute candles just take away like the last like 2 or 3 minutes of upward movement is just fart noises. Looks like Circle did some not so legal stuff. That's why it's down so much. Yikes. And yes, you guys can clown me all over in the comments if you watch this and realize that I could have taken profit on that twice. But again, I'm shooting for a little bit more. But yeah, that was stupid, but we'll see. I mean, if I get stopped out here, I do deserve some laughs for sure, but and over to the fat lady sings. Weird. Dang. All right, we're gonna flip to 5. Man. See, I think that's dramatically oversold. Alright, back to the 1 minute. Yeah. I think that is kind of dramatically oversold for what we got going on. Here is a Is there like news or anything? Or this is some bad movement. Literally does not feel like we're in trading hours. This feels like 5 o'clock on like a Friday after markets have closed. Like this is just wah, wah, wah. Sheesh. Man, we could go for a real pump up to like 71 right now. Of course. That won't happen in a 1 minute candle, but sheesh oh peesh. I'm ready for some movement, something. Okay, come on. I say give us a ripper. A little 12-15 pump action. Let's go to the 15 minute and look at that. Man, that is insane. This was yesterday's movement. Choo, 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 choo. Like, what? And then we just get nothing burger kind of today. Like, I see us at least getting back to 70,500. At least. If it takes all day, it takes all day. But man, it seems so easy to see that. Like, that would be cool. Okay. We are slightly back in motion. Come on, give us a ripper. Lawn dude freaked me out. Can you guys hear that? Is that loud? Or am I tripping? Yep. Guess you guys can't hear that. Alright. Come on. We have to sustain some sort of movement upward. Come on. Break us out of this range. Ay, ay, ay. Sheesh, man. Oof. I might have to take another walk around here. I don't know how people sit at a desk all day. Better than me. Dang, I gotta stop walking away. Every time I do, I just get handed to me. Man, what in the world? Alrighty. I'm gonna be probably done for at least a minute. I might jump back on for the close, but yeah. Rough day. Would be even more rough if I was using my own money, but shout out HyroTrader. And again, we can just try again.